We all hate to stand in queue. Either it could be a government office, or it could be your college, or it could be any service provider which is making you stand in those long queues, especially in this time where our attention span even does not even exist. It's this tiny. So, hello everyone, I am Rohit and I welcome you all to the second episode of my series 7 Days 7 Project. And in this episode, we would be talking about my project EasyQ. So, EasyQ is a digital queue management system. So, how it basically works is it solves this problem, right? So, long wait hours, no visibility, chaotic system, right? So it has this solution for this thing. So here we have a very simple workflow. What it is, business can create queues and get QR codes, right? I will explain you in a much better way. There you go. So this is the owner logic. Owner comes in and he logs himself, and then it takes him to the dashboard where he can perform two functions. Either he can create a queue and or else he can manage the existing queue. Now, if he clicks on create queue, then what happens is there is a QR code is generated. Okay. So QR code generated generated. So what the owner can do is he can just download the QR code, and then he can print it out for his customers, right? Print QR code and paste outside. So this is the business logic, right? And what happens at the client side? It's very simple. Client comes into the store or comes into the office, whatever. So once he enters, he scans this QR code, right? So client scans QR code, and once the client has scanned the QR code with their mobile, it simply takes them to a page where we should fill our name, right? Fill our name, and once we do that, it adds us to the existing queue, and it also tells us two things, that is how much time is it remaining for us, and estimated time, as well as your queue position. So this is the very simple logic it follows. So the user need not to log in, and he need not to download a new application or anything. Everything happens on the browser side. So let's just see this in practical. Back to home login. This is the login thing, and I just need to, there you go. So this is the right. So I would be just creating a queue. So I will write the name of the queue and then click on the generate queue button, and there you go. This is the queue that has been generated. This is a QR code, and it has a queue ID which is handled by Next.js dynamic routing. And now when I open my mobile and I can scan this QR code, and it will take me to this interface. Here I need to enter my name, right? And then I need to join queue. There it is. So I have joined the queue, and it's showing me estimated wait time as well as fast. And here we also have two options for the owner, either to mark them as served or to remove them. So I can even mark them as served, and that's it. Or either even remove them. And now if I want to talk about the technical aspect of this project, let me just run this to check the performance. Yeah, here we go. all the web vitals are green. So yeah, things are good. And while building this project, only the logic was defined by me. This particular logic that you see here, this is something that was decided, and I gave this in the prompt as well, that I want my system to run in so and so way, and test everything was did by AI. So for the form validation, just to add safety, we have Zord for form validation. And apart from that, this QR code is generated using a library. And what it does is each QR code generates an ID, and which is managed through Next.js's dynamic routing. And apart from this, if there is something else I want to talk, that would be real-time updates. Okay, so how would we be getting the real-time updates? So here's the thing, okay. So the data at the owner side gets refreshed every 10 seconds, and at the client side every 5 seconds the data gets updated. So in between this 10 seconds of time, if there is any changes, then that would be represented in the UI. Uh, this is also called as polling, by the way. So this is how we have used to perform the feature of real-time updates. Apart from this, the for the UI, tailwind is used, and for the animations, framework motion has been used. And I think the biggest perk of this project is we need not to install any application, right? As a client or as a user, we need not to install any application. We just need to scan the QR code, and that's it. Things are done. No login, no installation, nothing. And this is definitely convenient for both the business owner and the users as well, to manage and as well as to be in the queue. And yes, and I think the future scope of this project would be, I want to make some changes and make it compatible to PWA, progressive web apps. In this way, this would become even more easier to use for the users. That is it about the EasyQ, the digital queue management system. And yeah, this was all about episode 2, and I will see you all in episode 3. Cool. Bye bye.